What if the chains you feel are shadows of your own making? You walk through life believing you are trapped. A cage surrounds you, unseen yet palpable. The bars press close, cold and unyielding. But what if this cage is not made of iron? What if it is crafted from your own fears, your own ideas? Imagine a river. It flows freely, bending and turning with the landscape. It meets obstacles, rocks, fallen trees, steep banks. Yet, the river does not cease. It finds its way, carving new paths, sometimes slow, sometimes swift. You, like the river, are shaped by the world, but not owned by it. The cage you feel is often a whisper in your mind. It is the voice that says, "You cannot, you should not, you must remain." These voices echo from past doubts, from others' expectations, from the noise that surrounds you. But look closer, these bars are shadows. They have no substance. They rely on your belief for their strength. Think of a shadow cast by a tree at noon. Short, sharp, clear. But as the sun moves, the shadow shifts. It grows long and weak. It disappears in the night, swallowed by darkness. Your perceived limits are like this shadow. They change with time and perspective. What once felt like a solid barrier may become thin air with a shift in your gaze. The cage is imagined because freedom is not something granted, it is something recognized. Remember the story of the bird in the gilded cage. It sings, but it does not fly. Yet, when the door opens and the cage is removed, the bird hesitates. The walls it feared were never truly holding it. The hesitation comes from the belief in captivity, not the reality. You may feel bound by circumstances, by your past, your mistakes, your roles. But these are not chains, they are conditions. Conditions can be observed, understood, and changed. Chains are forged by your acceptance of limitation. Your mind crafts the lock, turns the key, and then wonders why it cannot escape. Look around. The sky stretches without end. The wind moves freely through the trees. The mountains stand firm but do not hold you back, they invite you to climb. To be free is not to control everything. It is to release control over what you cannot command. It is to see the difference between the world's demands and your own response. Like the river, you are free to flow where the landscape allows. You are not free to stop the stones in your path, but you are free to move beyond them. The cage you feel is your mind's construct. It is the story you tell yourself about what is possible. Change the story, and the cage dissolves. This is not magic but clarity. This is the quiet power of observation over control. When you stop fighting the bars that do not exist, you begin to notice the space between them. The space is vast. It is filled with possibility. It is the breath you take when you stop holding it tight. Freedom is not a place to arrive at, it is a state to recognize. Do not mistake activity for freedom. A mouse running endlessly in a wheel is active, but not free. You are not the wheel. You are the one who can choose to step off. Consider the sky again, clouds come and go. They may obscure the sun, but the sun remains. Your inner light is constant even when shadows fall. The cage is a shadow cast by your mind's limitations. Step back. Watch. See it for what it is. This is how freedom begins, with the simple act of seeing. Not forcing, not pushing, but observing. The cage loses power when unseen. It wanes when unacknowledged. And when you finally look beyond, you find the door wide open. So, the next time you feel trapped, ask yourself, where are the bars? Are they around you, or within you? What if the chains are only shadows, waiting to be dissolved by the light of understanding? The cage is imagined. Freedom is real. And the door has always been open.